if you would have had one day with the 21 years old version of yourself, what would you tell that person? If you could just spend some time with that version of yourself, and you know that in that day you can give that person everything they need to get to the next level and to kind of save some time, what would you tell that version of yourself? And when I hear that, I thought to myself, wow, there are actually 5 things that I would tell myself and that have made me a more confident young woman, and that's what I want to share with you. So let's start with the first one. And I think that Rihanna said it on one of her speeches. Once you learn how to love yourself, you will never want to be someone else. And that resonated so much with me. Life is about finding yourself, about loving yourself, and about reaching that level of self-love where you do not need to prove yourself, where you do not need to hide anything. It's just about you being you and being good with yourself, being whole on your own. But unfortunately, because we all have experienced things, it's a hard path to get there. And if we do not understand that, we will end up being in relationships where we are emotionally or maybe even physically abused, or we will end up in toxic relationships. We will surround ourselves with toxic people. We will do things to unconsciously sabotage ourselves, like drinking too much or taking drugs or whatever that might be. And those habits really come from a lack of self-love. And so I do believe that you first have to start your journey of self-love. Confidence is built on a foundation of self-love. If you do not love yourself, it's very hard to be confident. Now, loving yourself does not mean that you love yourself only when you look good, only when you are doing well, but it is even more important learning how to love yourself when you are at your lowest, when you wake up in the morning and you do feel like you do not look good, or when you just failed with something, or you just went through a breakup. Well, that part of yourself, that lowest version of yourself, if you can love that, if you really learn how to embrace even the worst and the darkest part of yourself, I do believe that you can be, have, and do whatever you want in your life, but you genuinely have to learn how to love yourself. The second lesson that a confident woman understands is that when someone wants to walk away, you let them leave. Stop trying to hold on to people that have decided that they do not want to be part of your life. Because every time you try to hold someone back, what you're actually doing is decreasing your own value. And there is nothing more attractive, nothing more attractive than a woman that can walk away and never look back. And not for them to see, but for you to know, for you to decide that, you know what, you do not want to be part of my life. It's your loss. I'm walking away no matter how much it hurts, and I'm never looking back. And once you can do that, trust me that your level of confidence, your level of self-love, and your level of self-esteem will just increase exponentially, because you're proving to yourself that you love yourself enough to choose you, that your person and your potential is way bigger than that person. And if that person cannot see what you bring on the table, well, someone else will. I know it's easier said than done, but learning how to walk away will give you a strength that you will benefit from it your entire life. And I also want you to understand that if you have a hard time letting someone go and trying to hold on to someone that has decided that they do not want to be part of your life, that's most of the time related to your childhood dynamics, where maybe your mom or your dad disapproved of you, and because of that you are attracted to someone that reminds you of that because it's familiar. So what you want to do here is work on your childhood wounds and understand that you holding on on that person is not so much about that person, but about that inner child that still lives within you and that needs to heal that wound so that you can shine your light. Third thing is that you can only run your own race. No matter how much you like someone, no matter how much you admire someone, no matter what you see in front of you, no matter who you're putting on a pedestal, at the end of the day, you're only in control of your own life. And every time you turn left or right to see what the others are doing, you are losing your precious time, your precious energy, and your precious thoughts to actually create that life you so much want for yourself. And that's actually related to the second one, but it really comes down to you running your own race. No matter how hard it is, you train your mind to choose you and to look at your own path, because there is nothing more attractive than a woman who chooses herself. There is nothing more beautiful than a woman who doesn't need to prove herself. She chooses herself and she puts all her focus on herself. And trust me, I am still practicing that. It's not an easy thing to do, but I do believe that once you have taken that path, it's very hard to start looking behind, because you start creating momentum and you start being aware of your own potential, and you actually start getting to another level and another level and another level until you actually think to yourself, well, wait, do I really want to look behind, or do I want to get to the next level for myself? And that, my friends, I think is what we call confidence. So run your own race, stay on your own lane, and do not look left or right to see whatever someone else is doing, because you can be using that time and that energy for yourself. So the fourth thing, and that's probably my favorite one, is to understand that the most precious thing you will have in your life is your inner peace. It doesn't matter how much money you make, it doesn't matter how many followers you have, it doesn't matter how many friends you have. At the end of the day, if you can go to sleep and feel that inner peace within you, you win. There is nothing more important and nothing that feels better than your inner peace. Once you reach that inner peace, things just start to flow in your life, because it's coming from a place of wholeness. Because peace to me feels like wholeness, being full on your own, being happy no matter what. You are centered, you are connected. And yes, that's something that I do believe a confident woman understands. She makes it her priority to feel at peace, to be aligned, that her actions and whatever she says or does is always centered, is always connected to her inner peace. Her inner peace is the wealthiest thing she has on earth, and she understands that. The last thing is that a confident woman understands that her potential is limitless. She understands that she can be, have, and do whatever she wants, and that she's powerful. But she can only be powerful if she is focused on her potential and not wondering what the other guy is thinking about her. She's really focused on her becoming better every single day, even if it's only 1% better than she was yesterday. It's really about the journey of me becoming everything that I can be, and me choosing me, writing my own story, being the main character in my own life. And it is a journey, because once again, the way we react are a lot related to what we have experienced in our life, in our childhood, and all that stuff. But it all really comes down to one thing: choosing yourself, understanding that you will have to heal a lot in the process, that it's not going to be easy, but that in that process you will become that confident woman. So that was my message for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please show me some support or share your thoughts with me. And yes, I'm very excited for the next episode. With that being said, have an amazing day. Bye.